What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Back at it again here on the Madden Rebuild channel, here with a Cleveland Browns offseason rebuild. Let's get it. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also, I have a football podcast with 3 of my friends. Link to that is in the description below if you're interested in listening to me outside of just Madden and actually talk about real life football. But that's up for you to decide. So, Cleveland Browns, very interesting offseason ahead of them. As we know, Deshaun Watson, when he did play for the Browns, did not look like his former self, but I know some people may not, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He just came back from playing football after a year and a half, of course, of the things that went on. You may dislike him, you may like him, who knows? Regardless, he's playing football again, and he did not look like his former self. So hopefully with a full offseason ahead of him, nothing distracting him, this is going to look much better. So, very interesting start of the re-signing stage. Kareem Hunt as a re-sign. Honestly, I think Kareem Hunt is going to be on a different team. I really do. He requested a trade, I believe, at the trade deadline. So I definitely see a world where Kareem Hunt is not back with Cleveland. I also see there was also some drama with Jadeveon Clowney. So I don't think he'll be back either. We have Deion Jones, who they traded for the trade deadline or right before the deadline. So I do want to keep him. Got Greedy Williams, the Ernest Johnson, Jacoby Brissett. So definitely some important free agents here that I want to bring back to Cleveland for sure. We only have a little bit of money, though, so we have to be very, very careful with how much we're spending. So if I can keep my 2 middle linebackers, I think that's why I want to keep the most. Everyone else, Kareem Hunt's probably going to have to go, unfortunately. So if I can get at least one of them back. So Anthony Walker, Deion Jones, I'm not really sure who they would rather have back, but whoever's cheaper and wants to resign, I think that's where I want to go with. So Deion Jones, not interested. I'm going to try to pay both of them and see if one of them is willing to come back. So we got to be really cheap here, though, when we do it, because we don't have a ton of money. So let's resign Anthony Walker. Get Anthony Walker back. So we get one of our middle linebackers back, which is great. Sion, I'll probably have to let go. Dearness Johnson, I am going to resign him, though, just because we're going to lose Kareem Hunt. And Dearness Johnson, when he has gotten the opportunity, has been pretty good. So Kareem Hunt, unfortunately, I'm not resigning. And then Jacoby Brissett, as much as I would love to bring him back, I think I'm just going to go ahead and let him go just because we have, like, literally no money. $18 million in cap space. So letting a lot of talent walk away, but that's just kind of where we're at right now. We're very limited on cap room. Unless, take a real quick look at team salaries right now. So savings-wise, Deshaun Watson, $19 million. Of course, you're not cutting him. He's down to a 77 overall, which is actually bizarre. Amari Cooper, 16. Deion Jones, of course, not a free agent. Amari Cooper, I mean, Cleveland technically could do something with him, trade him, cut him. I don't know. I don't see that happening, though. John Johnson, Nick Chubb, of course, they're going to keep around Kareem Hunt, Wyatt Teller. So, yeah, there's really nothing I can do. I think everyone else is just going to have to go. So, let's just go to free agency with our $18 million in cap space. And we don't have draft picks either. So, we're going to have to be very creative this offseason to make this team better. The team is already pretty good on paper. Like I said, if you just get if you get Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson, this team's going to be pretty good. You just didn't have that when he came back. And, of course, they were, kind of at a handicap because, Deshaun Watson had to miss most of the season with suspension. So, right now, we need a center. Njoku's here, Conklin, Teller, Batonio, Jedrick Willis. We don't have to worry about the offensive line other than center, which is nice. We definitely could use another wide receiver. We'll probably have to get that through the draft, though. I know they drafted David Bell. He didn't really do too much this season. Maybe year 2 he could be better. Donovan Peoples-Jones definitely had some progression last year. But now we have Dearness Johnson, Demetric Felton, Nick Chubb as our running backs. Deshaun Watson and Kellen Mond as your quarterbacks. On the defense side of the football, we did keep one of our middle linebackers. We have JOK still. D-line definitely needs some help outside of Myles Garrett. Other than that, corner is actually not too bad and safety is not too bad. So we don't really have to worry about that. Linebackers and D-line definitely need some work, though. So that's going to be something we need to target. So if we can get like one D tackle and then one edge, I think that's kind of what we need to do. On the offense side, center was like the biggest thing, and then maybe a wide receiver, but really not a whole lot you can do with this amount of money. And I also want to see what my draft pick situation is looking like right now. Let's see where we're at. So we need a left outside linebacker, as we know. Draft picks only have a 2nd round pick and then 2 4th rounders. So yeah, it's very rough. So gonna have to go deep in our pocketbooks and gonna have to sign some of the cheapest guys we can find. So we can't go too crazy here. Can't sign like a home run hitter. I guess that makes sense. So D tackle and then edge was one thing we definitely needed very badly. So Clowney, of course, like I said, I don't think he's coming back. You have Charles, who honestly could be a solid starter, as I probably would grab him. Bryce Huff is going to be someone we'd have to compete with. Larry Najobi, Dean Lowry, Dewan Smoot. It gets a little rough. I'm going to go for Charles here. He has no offers, and he is going to be somewhat cheap, kind of in the middle, so I'm gonna give him an offer. And then D tackle, what D tackles we have? Sheldon Rankins right now has no offers. I don't know how much he's gonna be asking for. It's gonna be rough. I don't think I can give that to him. That's gonna be a little too much money for my liking. And then what else we got? Joe, Solomon Thomas, Linval Joseph. So yeah, not liking that. And then middle linebacker, we don't need linebacker. It was left outside that we needed the most, right? So we got Josh Allen, Aziz Al-Share, Sion. We could bring him back. He was just playing in Cleveland. We can bring him back. That'd be great. So that's going to be probably the last bit of our money. And then wide receiver. We can sign like a cheap wide receiver in free agency. I'll take that. I don't know if we'll find that, but let's see if that is available to us. Like Van Jefferson's here. Josh Reynolds. So like Josh Reynolds, always pretty solid everywhere he goes, but he's going to cost us a little too much. So we're right up against the cap space, and it's just not really something we can do about it. So I'm going to look to probably just scrape at the bottom of the barrel. We got Noah Brown here, Scotty Miller, Ray McLeod. Ray McLeod barely, was able to play for San Fran, but I feel like he's got the explosiveness to become something. So I'm going to give him an offer. So scraping at the bottom of the barrel of free agents, but these are my 3 offers that I've made. I don't know if I'll get all 3 of them or not. If we do, they're solid signings. Don't get me wrong. They're not home run hitters. Got Sion back, and then hopefully get these 2 added to the team, and we'll be pretty solid. So we get Sion Charles and Ray McLeod. If you could sign, we do get him. So just like that, we got a little bit of positional need that we needed, and the rest is going to have to be addressed through the draft. So wide receiver Ray McLeod, I think, is going to immediately step into that slot spot and feel pretty good. Center spot, I might have to just leave it as Harris. We'll see if we can get a center in the draft. Sion is back at linebacker. We definitely need a D tackle. So yeah, pretty rough, but I'll see y'all on draft night where we can add some more to this roster. So our first pick ain't going to be till round 2 at pick 12. So let's go ahead and get to that point, and we know what positions we need. We'll see what talent is on the board. So next pick will be in the 4th round, so we really got to be careful with what we select here. So we got a left tackle, we got Jordan Battle, Deontay Banks. We don't need corners. We do need a center, though, and John Michael Schmitz is sitting here out of Minnesota, and I do really like that pick here, so I think I am going to go ahead and take the center here. We definitely need a center, so I'm taking John Michael Schmitz here. Normal development center, but he's going to be stepping in right away and going to be our starting center on day 1. So I feel good about that selection, even though it's only normal dev. That's fine. Round 4, like I said, is our next selection, so we have to really hit on this one. So I'm probably going to be looking at D tackle here in round 4. Hopefully we can get one. Caleb Chandler goes off the board, and we'll see what else we can get. So Eli Ricks, we got a left guard, you got a wide receiver, you got tight ends and right tackles. We have D tackles available to us, though. Let's see. D tackle is really where we need something. Perion Winfrey could step up maybe as well. So D tackle, we have Brandon Dorless out of Oregon. You got Tyler Davis. I don't know much about any of these guys. I guess I just got to take the one that looks the best. So Brandon Dorless, D tackle, day 3 projection. I mean, we need a defensive tackle really badly. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and take Brandon Dorless in round 4. And then let's probably just go with best available player in round 4, pick 24. So Robert Scott goes off the board to the Ravens. And we're going to have Eli Ricks, Malachi Moore, Kelly. I mean, I don't like taking a corner here, but at this point, might have to. Best player available, Alabama corner. Welcome to the Browns, and that'll just give us a little bit more depth at cornerback. So that will be my draft. Overall, the offseason for this Browns team, not going to be all that exciting unless they're going to be making some trades. Obviously, you can also like restructure contracts in real life, and that makes things a little bit easier. It's hard to do that in Madden. Although I would love if Madden added that feature. Don't see that happening. We're just going to get it next season and expect to maybe make the playoffs in the AFC North. As always, we like to set our season goal here, and the season goal for the Browns, as we know, should be to make the playoffs. No doubt in my mind, make the playoffs for this Browns team. That's where you should be as a roster. If you got Deshaun Watson for the amount that you did, you have to hope this man is going to play good football again. So this is what our offense is looking like. So Nick Chubb, Watson, Amari Cooper, Raymond McLeod, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Njoku, Conklin, Teller, John Michael Schmitz, Batonio, and Jedrick Willis. On the defensive side of the football, you're going to have JOK, Anthony Walker, Sion, Grant Delpit, Greg Newsome, Charles, and then here's your D tackles. It's pretty rough, but I mean, there's just kind of where we're at. Denzel Ward, Martin Emerson, got Eli Ricks as well, and then John Johnson. So yeah, let's see if this team can end up making the playoffs. Hopefully we do. This team paid up very much for Deshaun Watson. So Watson, you better turn up. That's all I got to say in real life and in this game as well, because I do want to make the playoffs. So at the end of the season, surprisingly, we actually went 11-6. Dan, we had a battle with the Steelers in week 18, 51-45. But he made the playoffs, which is what I wanted to happen here. So if we take a look at the player stats, offense was 5th in the NFL, which is a good sign that Watson maybe had a good year. Defense side of the football, 10th in the NFL. So not too bad on both sides of the ball. Watson turned up a little bit. Let's see if he's gone up an overall with a morale boost. He's up to an 81. So that's really exciting to see. He was down to a 77, which is right, rightfully so. He didn't look very good last year. But rushing wise, Nick Chubb, of course, he's the bread and butter of this offense. 20 touchdowns, 1,500 yards. Receiving wise, Ray McCloud, 14 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, was an absolute stud out of the slot for us. Would not be surprised if he ends up getting star development, of course, because that is a great season out of him. Mark Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones. On the defense side of the football, Miles Garrett, 30 sacks. Charles had 5, 3 from Perrion Winfrey, which is nice. Interceptions, 3 from Ward, 2 from Sion, and 2 from Anthony Walker. So very, very solid season. But now it's time to put up in the playoffs, and we got to go against New England in Foxborough. So let's go ahead and see how this is going to go. Not really sure what to expect. What jersey should we rock here against the Patriots? We can rock the all whites. We can rock the all browns. Let's go all white here. Let's go to New England with the all white jerseys, and let's see if we can come out here and take down the Patriots and move on to the divisional round. So go to Gillette Stadium. Of course, not easy to win here, but I don't even know who they're. I'm assuming it's still Mac Jones, obviously. But Greg Zuerlein misses a field goal. Legatron is what he's referred as, I believe. So far, no score until the Patriots finally put up a touchdown. Where's my top 5 offense? Like, we just missing at this point? Okay. Maybe we should put a missing on the back of a milk jug, because what is going on? 7-21, 7-28, and this is just ugly so far. Absolutely just terrible. What are we doing? 14-28, 50 seconds left. So overall, if we really look at it, after this offseason rebuild, Cleveland, we can make the playoffs, but we are going to just get absolutely dominated by the Patriots looking like. So unfortunately for us, this video is going to end. I actually had... Oh, wait a minute. Mark Cooper. Come on, man. 44 seconds left. Technically, we can still get the onside kick. I wish this was the XFL. We can go for it on 4th and 15. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's kind of crazy. But 14-28. Let's see if we can get a touchdown at least before. They do have Y, so this is going to take a lot of time off the clock, but I have to try to gain some yards here. So 3 interceptions for Deshaun Watson. No wonder why we've lost this game. Holy moly. 2nd and 10. We're going right back to verticals, and let's see if we can just get a real quick touchdown. At this point, we're playing for pride, because I don't think we're winning this game no matter what I do here. Onside kicks are very low in Madden, and I was able to get rid of the ball. That's good, because that 100% would have been a sack if it wasn't. So and then that would have been all the time on the clock, but we were able to get rid of the ball. So now we're going right back, same play. We had an edge free rusher earlier. Hopefully, okay, I do have B, and this is going to be a touchdown, I think. No, it's not. Oh, I caught it, but that's going to be it. I don't have a timeout. So that is going to be all she wrote, boys. 10 seconds left. And just like that, no matter what you do to this Browns team in Madden, we made the playoffs, but we fall short to the New England Patriots. So unfortunate, but that's how it goes. So of course, I would keep going if this was a longer rebuild, but I've just kept to the off-season rebuilds, at least until we get into free agency. So Cleveland, I wish you good luck. Hopefully you get Deshaun Watson back, like the real Deshaun Watson, because if you get what you got last year, that trade is going to look very, very, very horrible. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.